Like, we got a banger right here, man. I know y'all, what am I trying to say? All you Bron haters and stuff, man. Y'all was trying to tell me in the other video that he ain't better than that dude that got that $700 million from the Dodgers. Stop, bro. I would never believe that, bro. Look at that back there, bro. I'm not playing. Bro is the greatest, and I'm standing on that till I can't stand no more. Even if I ain't standing no more, I'm sitting on that, nigga. Whoa. Nah, that was kind of crazy. I didn't even mean to say that. But yeah, you know what I mean, man. But why isn't LeBron aging? Let's get into it. I can't believe I just said that, bro. That wasn't cool, bro. That was kind of sick. But shit, let's get into this though, man. Like a banger, man.
Just turned 39 and is somehow still averaging 25 points per game, nearly
I don't know how he do it.
5 points better than the second highest scoring 39-year-old in NBA history. Only 2 players at his age have ever grabbed more rebounds per game, and only 1 has ever dished out more assists. So, how is he doing this? How has LeBron pushed back Father Time better than maybe anyone ever? There are a number of factors that contribute to great longevity, but let's start with the mind. At this point, LeBron's brain is a basketball supercomputer, having seen just about everything imaginable across 2 decades, and sometimes it feels like he knows what's going to happen before everyone else does. When James was younger, he was one of the most explosive athletes the sports world has ever seen. And he's lost some of that burst and bounciness over the years, but he makes up for it cognitively, knowing when to slow down and fake defenders out with a change of pace. At 39, he doesn't have to out-jump everyone, but just use his eyes to get them off their feet and find a teammate. And it doesn't take elite quickness to time up a perfect cut, reading this double team, knowing the paint defender's occupied with another teammate, and darting into space for some easy offense at the basket. He instantly knows personnel reads, like ignoring Russell Westbrook on the outside on this play because he's a 29% shooter on pull-up threes. Or not overcommitting to a mediocre shooter in transition here because he knows this is a tough matchup for Austin Reeves, so he can come help at the rim. He also knows player tendencies. Watch him sit on Julius Randle's spin move here. Or which guards will look to kick out if you hop toward their drive in the paint. And in that sense, his memory is a great antidote to fight aging.
Smart.
He apparently watches a ton of games on off days to scout opponents.
No, I watch all of them at the same time. I'm serious.
No, I believe you're right.
I can watch every last one of them at the same time.
And he can rattle off sequences from games like their song lyrics.
I saw the last, possession, tie game. Well, Kyrie went up 3, hit the 3. Cat came back, tied the game. Kyrie got a pick and roll, got iced. Pocket pass to Jared Allen, missed 2 free throws, rebound Torian Prince, block shot. Andrew Wiggins missed overtime, so I watched all the way until Kyrie missed the.
No, I hear.
I watched every game. I pretty much know what happened.
Yeah.
There are numerous stories over the years of how he knows the plays teams are running, sometimes better than the opponents themselves.
He started calling the sets out like Rondo.
Yeah.
He coming off the whatever. We're gonna switch this.
This guy was looking in your mouth like right there and just calling it. It was telling the players exactly what was going to happen on the play that you called.
It was a play we was trying to run, and one of our teammates forgot the play, and Bron told him the play. It was some crazy stuff. We called it a play. He was like, "What?" And Bron told him what our play was.
We saw this in the playoffs last year, where the Nuggets love this after timeout play to open up the paint for an Aaron Gordon lob. And when they tried the exact same play in Game 2 against LeBron, he sniffed it out and played the lob instead of the shot. And think about how insane it is to run toward a Nikola Jokic pick and roll and then leave him as he's coming downhill. But that's exactly what LeBron does, because he knows the play from watching so much thinking basketball.
Smart man.
I'm totally joking, of course. LeBron texted me and said he only listens to the podcast.
Do you think it's true that you've got to forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries?
This one's from Game 4 versus Golden State with a 3-point lead. And the Warriors want Draymond Green to drive and draw Anthony Davis over so Klay Thompson's free in the corner to tie the game. But LeBron's all over it, telling Davis to get to Klay, and then contains his man perfectly, and that destroys the play, and the Lakers held on. He calls for an off-ball screen here to set up a backdoor lob, but the second defender switches and protects the paint, so James counters by flaring out to the corner and just drilling a 3. And ball skills are another way to stave off old age in basketball, because better shooting makes you, well, better.
Fuck you.
LeBron came into the league as a below-average outside shooter, but he steadily improved over the years to grow into a good outside shooter, making 41% of his wide-open threes in the last 5 seasons, adding a ton of range to his shot, and improving in more dynamic situations, like handoffs or moving into catch-and-shoot options away from the ball.
Trey.
He's also polished and maintained specific mid-range moves, like this fadeaway going in every possible direction. Losing explosiveness has chipped away a little at his passing. He can't always find the right angle or hang in the air, but he's still crafty enough to manipulate defenses, looking to the corner to move this defender out of the paint and open an easy dunk. Because he always seems to know where everyone is, if he can't outjump a shot blocker, he'll find an open teammate. And he's still 2 moves ahead out there. Every Clipper's near the baseline here, so LeBron's going to uncork an outlet up the middle of the floor for a run out. He's learned every angle of the pick and roll game. The big man doesn't back up here, so he lobs it over the top to Davis. But later in the game, LeBron comes off the screen and slows down, which gets the big man to shift slightly toward AD, opening the bank for LeBron. A lot of these passes aren't about quick twitch athleticism, but timing and manipulation, so LeBron can use guile and sleight of hand to set up teammates as he physically declines. So he doesn't have to leap over defenders anymore when he can Jedi mind trick them right out of the way. He hits the brakes around this screen, fakes the pass, then finishes it himself. And remember, he's basically doing this as a power forward out there, which gives his team tremendous lineup flexibility because he's huge and size ages well. Most players with great longevity have been giant, from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Karl Malone. And LeBron has a similar build to Malone and has learned how to throw his weight around over the years.
Hey, don't you ever in your life compare him to that Karl Malone. Don't you ever do that.
Picking up LeBron full court, and it's like the end of the
sick
quarter.
Man.
So like I'm trying to be pesky on the ball, and he just put a forearm on me, and I'm like, oh my god, this dude's strong as
That means he has point guard skills, but if you switch his screens, he'll immediately attack a mismatch like a big man. And he's so big and strong that even at 39, Jalen Green jumps out of his way instead of taking a charge. And Jalen heard that freight train coming and leapt right off the tracks. James also uses that strength on defense because when he rotates onto centers, he can just stonewall them with his power. And there aren't many players in the league strong enough to bang with Joel Embiid like this, and agile enough to reposition when they change the angle of the pass. You also can't teach height, so he'll always have that 7-foot wingspan to protect the rim, And you can see how that length still matters on a chase down block like this, where he's reaching toward the right side of the rim to block it, but his arms are long enough to get it with the left.
That's crazy.
And this is exactly what he did against Andre Iguodala in the 2016 finals, only the reverse never came. And to just be in the same ballpark vertically 8 years later is a testament to his training and straight line athleticism. He's certainly lost lateral quickness, and he can't quite start and stop at the same speed anymore, but LeBron's still one of the fastest players in the league when he starts revving the engines. He's always been a blur in the open court, so 80% of his peak speed is still really fast.
That nigga
and I've always wondered how much that football background contributed to his breakaway speed. But LeBron's also been maniacal for over a decade about maintaining his body. He rarely gets injured. My personal theory is all the flexibility and core training that he prioritizes basically bulletproofs an already bionic body. But he's also obsessive about recovery. Listen to any interview about his $1 million training, and recovery constantly comes up. Sleep, post-workout nutrition, compression tights, cryobaths, and on. So maybe James has unlocked the fountain of youth, maybe his genetics are just that far ahead of everyone else, and maybe exercise science has progressed so far that all great players will just play longer. Kevin Durant's averaging 30 points a game, which would be a new record for 35-year-olds. Steph Curry's about to turn 36 and still scorching defenses with his relentless off-ball movement and outlier shooting. But all these players have something in common: extraordinary skill, craft, and dedication to the sport. And in LeBron's case, his size and especially his mind and Yoda levels of knowledge give him advantages even as his body slows down. I don't know how much longer he can keep this up. He might be able to do it for a few more years if he stays healthy. But I do know that for a 39-year-old to be playing like a top 10 player is both incredible and unprecedented. So even if Father Time is undefeated, he's at least lost a few rounds thanks to the incomparable LeBron James. To support this channel, check out patreon.com/thinkingbasketball. There you can see LeBron looks like one of the best players in the league at 39, and statistically is having a similar year to his 2019 season in Los Angeles. He's trying to make his 20th All-NBA team 5 more than the next best player. Thanks as always for watching.
He cooked up. He made a banger.